Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, part 37 of Let's Play American Truck Simulator, Star Legion Trucking, where we are in Victoria, Texas. Having just taken a massive delivery of some diesel, I think 21 tons of diesel from up in Colorado, I believe we left. We left from Denver. It was a two-parter, so we're going to be doing some smaller jobs this session. We're going to be doing a small cargo job to Dallas, I think was the best one. No, Houston, sorry. We're going to be doing a job to Houston. Well, I mean, we could go up to Dallas. It's £3 less per mile. Sorry, $3 less a mile, but... Oh, it's not as important. Now we'll do this one. We're going to do some crude oil. Now, the worst part is... Okay, good. It's not here. Perfect. It'd been really annoying if it was here, because if you set the job straight away, you don't have to drive there. So, we've got a quick 40-minute drive to get to our destination. Let's... Off we go. Now, I am really enjoying American Truck Sim, to the point where I've recorded so much of this that none of it has been uploaded yet, that I am slightly worried that you guys are going to be less interested because of my over-interest in recording it. Now, that is a risk I have taken, and I'm going to continue, obviously, taking, because I am still playing the game. And, oh, shit, we need to rest. We've got 2 hours, we'll be fine. Also, we're going a little fast. Oops. A bit of an aggressive break there, Joe. So yes, I'm going to be doing shorter jobs, sticking around Texas until we have the money to buy the last truck, and then also the next thing. I say I'm going to stick around Texas. I'll be honest, if I get some good money, if I get like a good job, I'll be taking the good job and leaving Texas behind extremely quickly.
Turn left.
Because realistically, the more money, the better. Really damn dark, isn't it? Wait, do I have a... They must have a window back there. Fair enough. Okay, there we go. The actual light. Right? The light is... I was about to say the light's not fucking working, but no, it is. We're good. Now, we are level 17, which... was very important to us. I have a little... yes, we're not going past something I want to go past, which is a shame. I was going to see how much it would cost to make this a double, but I think I'm going to put it off for now. We're going to just keep focusing on what we're currently doing. It's a little simpler that way, and also at the same time, it just makes more sense, you know? Why mess with a formula that's worked? We are going to have to rest, though, so as soon as we get this, we're going to pretty much figure out where we're going, rest straight away, and make ourselves a little bit better off. We still need to also buy the 600 horsepower engine, but we will not be buying that for a while. Because, like I said, I would rather put the money towards a new truck and paying off the next garage. Because once we get the next garage, all we have to do is make another 150 and we can buy the third. And once I have 3 garages, I think it's 3 garages that are required to give you the online purchase ability. Once we have the option of purchasing our garages online, like I've said numerous times, we will find ourselves all over America, and we will be prioritizing as where we can. You know, we're still going to prioritize a good income, but we're going to prioritize heavily towards the visiting of new states and new cities. Of course, one state we haven't been to yet is Canada. Yeah, Canada. I haven't got Pro Mods installed, but Canada is actually an option if you have Pro Mods. I do intend to, at some point, get the Canada stuff for Pro Mods, because I think it would be really cool for us to do that. But anyway, no, California is what I was going to say. I haven't been to California, and I do intend to go. I do say I don't like California in this game, and It's because California in this is unfortunately very slow. Still faster than Euro Truck Sim for 90% of the game, but that's not the point. It is slow. And when you start going... Oh, you bastard. That was a... Alright, fair enough. That was a fuck up there, but... It's fine. How did I fuck that so badly? If I do this right, I should be able to just go forward and then reverse it back in perfectly. A little bit of a fix in there. There we go. That should be perfect. Put it all in, guys. Give me that oil. Diesel. What are we taking? Actually, I didn't actually pay attention. Take 21 tons of crude oil down to, up to Houston. Now, we've got 1 hour and 16 minutes till we need to rest. So we need to, that's 24 minutes. Can we rest up here? So if we rested, say if we rested here and then came back there. Wait, no, fuck, that's a fuck up. We rested there, then we went back to, it's not right. We went to here and then we went. Oh, fucking damn it, that's not working. So it wants us to go that way. But then if we go, apparently that's actually quicker, but no, it's not on the main road. The question I want to know is how fucking far away is it? It's an hour and 42, so we're not going to go there. We're just going to rest in the nearby stop. I'm not going to waste my time by trying to figure that out. We're going to go stop here.
Let's go.
This way, we're rested. We can just do a drive, and we don't have to piss about. Pissing about is, you know, it's not worth our time. I just got a message. Right. Let's fucking go, guys. But yeah, that pretty much, like I was saying, is our general thing is going to be just focusing on getting money to get new trucks and get the 2 new garages open. But because of the thing I set, we have to finish fully the Austin garage before I would buy any more. That is why we're not investing in the garages yet to get remote. But I probably did come to Texas a bit too early, to be honest. I probably could have stayed out of Texas, got a few $100 grand, and then come back and just bought 2 at once. It would have been quicker and more efficient, but I wanted to come back to Texas. I missed it. I do like Texas in this game. It's a really nice place to go to visit. Yeah, we'll probably, you know what? We'll probably disregard what I said. We'll probably venture out of Texas. Because doing a job that's going to get us 21 grand is nice and all, but I'd much rather get paid like 100 grand to go somewhere like further away. It's just better for business, isn't it? No, I am getting tired, so we're going to get fuel and also rest here. Because there's no reason not to, essentially. I know I normally try to be more strategic with my fuel, but there's no point trying to be too overly strategic. I don't know if this is the truck entrance, but... Oh yeah, it must be, because the things are right here. Oh, well, I went for a lot further than I normally do. Get some liters, some gallons. I had a lot less fuel than I thought I did, fuck. Now, I don't personally want to reverse into here, but given how goddamn busy this is, I ain't got a fucking choice. Unless it'll let me rest right here. No, it won't. You then. This is the one thing I don't like about the American trucks, the truck stops. So I actually have to fucking reverse into them. Can't see jack shit behind me either, so it's... Go park in this one, 'cause I know there's no truck this way. That'll do. Just let me sleep. Alright, Fleming's made us some money, and he's leveled up, I'm assuming. Beautiful. Well, off we go. Fuck you, I'm going out the way I came in. I've just realized that if I go out that way, I'm going to be stuck in the traffic lights. Just the same as this way. Actually, I've just realized, yeah, fuck, why am I doing this? I'm such a dumbass. Just take me through the traffic lights, it's fine. And that'd have been a right turn too. God damn it, Joe, you're an idiot. Oh, if I'd have went out there, it would have been a right-hand turn, and I would have been able to go without worrying about the lights. I'm a tit. Sometimes, guys, my stupidity knows no fucking bounds. But oh well, we're fine. Let's get out of Victoria and get up to Houston.
Keep left, and then turn left.
If I'm lucky, my light will change pretty quickly. And if I'm not, I'm gonna be sad for a while. It's only a 5-hour, 47-minute drop. Oh, and Ahmed made some money. Beautiful. I almost missed my light then. Fucking hell. Oh, like this is a 2-laner. Okay, good. Oh, it doesn't want me on the thing. That's a first. Fair enough. Is that an ATS poster in ATS? No, it just says Texas on it. Fair enough. I was gonna say that's a really weird to have like a fucking it's an Explore Texas. It is an American Truck Sim thing. I thought it was. Like I was like, why the fuck are you advertising in your own game? You're already in Texas. Why would you want to explore? Like, why would you like advertise to explore Texas? I mean, realistically, if you could, I'd have them be if there was like again, I've been out of the coding business for a long time now. But if they were able to create like a script or a form of like just a backlog, not backlog code. Sorry, that's not a thing as far as I'm aware. Create a code in the back that essentially depending on like DLCs you bought, it generates like a billboard as like a way to show off what you could also be buying from the shop. Like you can go buy this from the DLC shop.
Keep left.
Because that way, if you've got all the map DLCs, you're not still seeing map DLC, you know. But like purchase that map DLC, it could be purchase this purchase the like a tuning pack. Say if they release a tuning pack for probably Kenworths and Peterbilt's first. Say if they release that, they could have like a script that essentially makes it so that if you don't have them, they show up on the billboards. I think that'd be like a really cool thing. So if you have all of the DLC, it just shows probably shows like a nice message saying thank you for, supporting the company or something. Something generous, something like actually nice, not like thank you for spending all your money on something. It's like something like, thank you for the support or some shit. Like something really nice like that. I think that'd be like a cool way to spruce up the environment a little bit. That way you're not seeing like, ads for something you've already got. And I know it's kind of like less of an ad, more of a Explore Texas week, but I don't know, I just think it could be really cool if certain billboards had that like the function of identifying what DLCs have been purchased and whatnot, so they don't display anything for that, and they display like a little bit of like in-game advertising, I guess, but like kind of make it an in-universe thing. So it's like a tired of your Peterbilt not looking as good as it could be? Well, worry no more. And like one of those things, like they go to your nearest thing. And it could be like, I don't know why. I know it's like in-game advertising is pretty shitty in some senses, but I think in the instance, like the way they do it, they could do it in a really cool way with this game, I think, with the way the billboards work and that. They could make it look like an actual thing.
Go straight. And
then people could actually, end up buying the DLC. Like it's one of those things where, it'll work on some people, some people just won't buy it, but it could be a good way of them promoting these more secondary DLCs in general. Because I bought 2 of the paint DLCs. I think I bought Retro and Stripes because I want American Truck Sim has this thing where they don't have the company paint jobs. So obviously I wanted my company to have like a uniform thing. So that's obviously I bought this is one of the paint jobs I bought, or one of the paint packs I bought. But they could do a really cool thing where they could essentially just do that, and put like little shit like that on there, and it'd be like it's really little, like it's like a little bit of an infomercial, a little bit of an ad, but at the same time it's non-intrusive because it's just a billboard in the game. It's like it's the least intrusive advertising because, like, times out of 10, how often do you look at the billboards in the game? I've seen loads of billboards and I haven't paid attention to all of them. I've paid attention to some of them, but not all of them. So it's one of those things where, you know, if you don't do it to all of them either, like have like a select amount you are going to do it to, and those select amount will cycle through. So they'll never be the same. So if you visit that place like quite often, if you're like new and using QuickJob, it shouldn't be the same every day. Like every like maybe like 6 hours in game time, it should switch. So like, as I use the code, I can say for certain there is a possibility. I don't know how their game engine works because they do have an in-house game engine. So, speaking on the possibilities of general coding, there is an ability to specifically set it up that you can have like a delay timer, and so you can essentially set up the code to do a function that essentially checks what time of day it is, checks if there's anybody nearby. If there's someone nearby, it will display an image of the image it selects. It'll display selected files, so like, you know, necessary. Like when you render in all of the stuff around us, it'll render in stuff as and when necessary and when you're nearby to save obviously performance. But say it's like, okay, is player nearby? Yes, no. If yes, use one of these, and then like have an internal clock inside of the next statement saying, like, check game time. If game time, like,
Then turn right.
I'm trying to think how the logic would work at the next step, because while I know coding, there is you have to be very, very specific in coding. I think you could do it in the sense of it check time of day if past this or this, or it's like if in between this barrier, change the picture to next one in selection. If at end of selection, repeat to beginning of selection. And then before, like upper in the program, you could essentially program it. And again, I'm not saying this is exactly how it works. This is the logic system behind it. I know that the code itself would be different. I'm very aware of this, and I'm very aware that I probably, if I was given enough, given a limited time and, enough resources, in sense of I was given the ability to, I was being told, like, yeah, you're getting paid for this, I could probably do it, and I could probably figure out, pretty quickly. Give me like a couple of weeks, of actually focusing on it, I'd probably get done. The only reason it would take that long is because I need a week to get back all of the rust off, and then another week to actually figure out what the fuck I'm doing. But realistically, say if so back to what I was saying. So if you then have an upper outside of the further up the chain, so to activate before you get deep into the chain where it selects the photo and checks the time, you'd have a checking what DLCs are installed with the game. So given that when you add a DLC, it changes some of the key game files in the sense of add like a check mark into your files to know that you've got this. So it would essentially just run a check saying, does game have this? Does it have X, Y, Z, all of these things? And, after every check comes back, it would then say, essentially have like a function that would be like, okay, if file X is located, remove picture that correlates with X. And you'd essentially be able to tie values into each of them. Each picture would be, each like DLC, you could tie in a value that we would assign to the pictures or the billboards, and then the billboards would no longer display. And then you could have a function that says if all files are, or essentially you could just do it as you could have a single picture left in the thing. No, because then that would show if you didn't have all the DLC.
Keep left.
You could then have like an or function saying, if no options available, or you could have like no, because that's an if statement. That wouldn't work. Essentially, you could have the picture show up anyway, saying just thank you for support, because then it would just constantly show. But then that might get boring.
I'll find a new route.
But then you could also code in essentially a second list of photos that would show, and then you could just have those show full time instead of advertising. I don't know. It's the more I think about it, the harder it would definitely be to implement a satisfactory way of doing it. So if we say, and I apologize for those of you who are probably watching thinking, the fuck are you on about, Joe? Like, why are you talking such shit? I apologize. My brain is kind of this is like hooks my brain and my body a bit. My brain is hooks my brain, and my brain is now wanting to explore this thing. To say like, okay, so, one of those things, like it's definitely a head teaser. So you essentially could have, let's say, a list of 20. Say if you have like 10 DLCs that are okay. Saying there's 30 DLCs and there's like tuning packs, there's like loads of stuff like it's non-essential, and you want to advertise it in the game in a way that is very much in-game. So all of the tuning packs, like the steering wheel, stuff like that, they're really easy to advertise, and especially like the going to maps DLCs like Explore Texas is a great one. You could keep that, like that's perfect. If you make them all in-universe, all you then have to do is add like, say, another 20 pictures and have them, say, change the billboards. Like make the bill, instead of billboards being static, you could add all of this shit to the billboard, the other billboards. So, and then you could have literally pretty much every billboard in the game work on the same function of a check time of day, if past X or in between X, select. If the time passes this while player in vicinity, change picture. Or change billboard or something, you know. I feel like there's a very easy way to do this. That would be a really good way of like, you know, showing people what like an in-game universe, like an in-universe. I know that sounds like a weird way to phrase it, but like there could be a really good way of like advertising a little bit in the game that wouldn't be seen as shady as shit and it's like really cunty. Because SCS are a great company. From everything I've heard about them, everything I've seen,
and then exit left.
I have never seen anything bad about them. So, from my like
Exit left.
understanding that they're great, so in that instance, that's where I wouldn't mind them like advertising their own game in the game, because it's realistic, you know. It's like, you know, when you're driving around, you see adverts. So while you're driving around, like it's not in your face, it's non-intrusive, it's extremely subtle. Like unless you specifically know that they are, unless you like, it's like a big announcement they make, so everyone's aware of it. I think it would should definitely be a subtle change they add. And I would also say, like, while they could do every single one, I would say they should do like very select ones that are probably going to see a decent amount of traffic, but ones that, you know, won't also rise the annoyance of players. So not ones that are too overly intrusive, but ones that, you know, players are definitely going to pass a lot. Now, if you find that beautiful middle ground, you can then make what I would say is like a perfect, you can just make it like a perfect limit of what, like a perfect like little advertising tool without being an absolute asshole to your player base. So I think that's something that I don't know why, I think that's a really cool idea. Fucking really? 2 inspections? Souls. But yeah, that's my opinion. I think that, and I also think that if anyone was to do it, I think SCS could do it really well. Because when you're driving about, like, there are loads of billboards, don't get me wrong. But if they did it in the right way, honestly, it's just free advertising for them through their own game. You're already playing the game. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to buy the DLC when they're as cheap as they are. The map packs are the only expensive thing they sell. Everything else SCS has made for, like, Euro Truck Sim and American Truck Sim has been really cheap. And that's coming from me, who's pretty much broke. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't see why they shouldn't do it, you know? Like, I think it would be, personally, a really cool thing for them to do. That's just my general opinion of it. I think it would be really cool. And I think that if they were to do it, and they were to do it, like, really well, it could, like, essentially set a standard for, like, you know, the way they, like, advertise their future stuff. While consistently advertising it through, like, the updates, they could also put teasers in on these billboards. So, like, you might not even see the teasers sometimes, but then sometimes you'll see the teaser and you'll get, like, hyped for it, and you'll see, oh, shit, new DLC's coming out, and it's like, Obviously, the map DLCs I would definitely say tell people about, but the tuning ones you could easily like, you know, do subliminally through the game and say, I mean, you could do the map ones subliminally through the game as well. But essentially, what I'm saying is like you could announce them unofficially in your own game, and that's like I don't know. I just think it's a really interesting like idea, and I don't know why I'm so hyped about this, but I just like the more I think about it, the more I like kind of see in my mind the possibilities. And like the uses of something like this, like the sheer amount of different things you could like do with it. Like, you know, you could essentially just build out an entire like in-game advertising in a way that's like look at that there. If I wasn't talking about this, I wouldn't have even fucking thought about there. And that could have advertised, you know, some of the paint packs I haven't bought. Like, so it's as long as you do it in universe way and make them look like an advertisement, but you also put ATS logo on it, I feel like everyone would recognize that as like a oh shit, and then you could look, and I feel like that would work. But the problem is I don't know how heavy of a load on the CPU that could cause or could end up being, dependent on how the code is implemented and how the actual SCS and game engine works. Realistically, it should be a very simple function and very simple command line. It's not a lot of code. I mean, it would be technically a lot of code, but not a lot of code by the definition of like it shouldn't be like the overcomplicated mess that takes a lot of CPU power or GPU power, depending on how you want to look at it. It shouldn't take up much power at all. But it also would offer that diversity in the aspect, like that little billboard there could change. But that could be one of the static ones, because that looks like an older one, so it could be static. So the ones in the city centers could be the promotion ones. Because let's be honest, you spend more time on the road than in the city centers. So if you have promotion in the city centers, you're going to see that while you're ending or beginning a job, but then you're not going to think about it for the rest of the journey. Or you're going to think of the rest of the journey, maybe I should buy that. Like, I don't know why. I just think it's a really good idea. I could be wrong, and I could be completely missing the base, and I could essentially be thinking of an idea that's going to piss off loads of players and be like, oh, why the fuck did you even think about that? And say it out loud and say it in the video. Like, oh god, they might do it now. And if they did it, I would be happy. I honestly couldn't care less. I think it'd be fun. I think that little function and that little adapting of the world could make it really good. I mean, worst case scenario, if I figured out how to mod the game, I could just mod it in anyway. But essentially, I legitimately, and this is like my actual opinion. You drunk there, buddy? Like, you're alright? Wake him up a little bit. But no, I genuinely think this is a great idea, and I don't think it's a great idea from the aspect of, oh, they'll be able to shove down more DLCs enough, like shove the DLCs that you were not interested in buying at you. I think I think if you look at it from the aspect of, they can promote more in a subtle way, so they don't have to. They're not shoving it down your throat through constantly. Because I know they don't they don't really advertise all the spares, the tuning packs and stuff like that after they've made them. Like, they talk about like the map packs all the time. They always refer to them. They do show off. I think they showed off the street art pack quite a bit on stream when they were doing stream. But like stuff like that, that's fine. But like they could do an in-game advertisement for all of this. I don't know how they do it in ETS because I don't really think there's any billboards in ETS. So I feel like it'd be harder to do it in ETS. But ATS, fucking giant billboards. It's like a fucking they've got this perfect in-game thing ready, and they could just use it to advertise stuff. But like it's not even monetized. Like the thing is, coming from the aspect of like a devil's advocate, like it could be seen as putting ads in their own game, which would be true. It is indeed an ad in a game, which is, I will say this now, an ads in video games, fucking horrible idea. Don't do it. With the caveat of that, if it's the own company advertising in an in-game universe type way, like it's not a buy now in the Steam store, it's a very subtle advertisement that has the ATS logo, maybe has the Steam logo on, just kind of, and people who are maybe a bit more slow, maybe need a little bit more of a hint, maybe put the Steam logo on there as well. But essentially, as long as you advertise it in an in-game way and it's not advertising like an other product, like it's not an advert for something you don't own and you're being paid to advertise, That's where I draw the line. So say if like in Assassin's Creed, I guess this is gonna be a really weird one. They were somehow there was like a magazine like promoting the next game that they patched in, and they patched it early, so there was like a little hint about what the next game was gonna be. That to me would be fine. It's a subtle advertisement, but I think that's the big caveat. As long as it's subtle, and as long as it's your own product you're advertising, and you're not advertising in an overt manner that is essentially intended to be very obvious. I think that would be my limitation on it. But I think, again, generally speaking, ads in video games, horrible idea. Do not advertise people's stuff. Like, if you're getting paid to put an advert in your game, you're a bastard. YouTube content creators advertising is different. I'm gonna say this now. That's very different. But if you're being sponsored to put a product in, that's different as well. Sponsoring is different than advertising. Advertising, essentially, you kind of shoving a product down someone's throat a little bit. You're like, you know, drawing unnatural attention to it, or like undue attention. Whereas, I will argue that. Sorry, I'm just checking that. Yeah, I'm just whereas a sponsorship it's there, but it's not being shoved down your throat at all. It's just there. The product is it's an in-universe product at that point. That's how sponsorships have worked. It's oh look, this let's go buy a insert drink here, like Pepsi Max. Like, let's go buy a Pepsi Max, or let me buy you a Coke, shit like that. That's like an in-universe like sponsorship. So it's clear that you might be sponsored, especially if they have like the Coke logo in the game. But they're not shilling it. They're just kind of like, yeah, let me go buy you a drink. Do you want a Coke, or, you know, as long as it's subtle. I think that's the key word thing here. Advertisement, if for your own product specifically, not other people's. Do not advertise other people's products in your game. That is fucking horrible. But if you're advertising little DLCs and you do it in universe and a subtle way, I think it's absolutely fine. And I would really like to know your opinions. By the time I upload this, I'll probably have forgot my argument. So please just, you know, please remind me of what part of the video this is in, because I'll forget. So, and to help with that, I will summarize. In universe, I will summarize probably for the 5th time. In universe, I think SES could use a code to essentially advertise the little DLCs and the maps in game in a way that is acceptable and isn't overtly annoying. Not only do I think this, I also think that they could do this in a way to kind of, you know, show off early stuff as well. Now, I think, and now the general statement is essentially, if you subtly advertise like DLCs or future products of your own in the game, as long as you do it subtly, I think it's really good, and I think that you should do it, and I think you should do it in a way that no one ever draws attention to it. It is something you find on your own, like a little Easter egg, then it's fine. But I also feel like you need to, like, some people would not get this complete subtlety, so sometimes maybe to add a little less subtlety, but like to the degree of maybe add the Steam logo or the Ubisoft logo or whatever logo that would be like recognizable for the company that, you know, was selling it. Maybe go a little bit far, but again, make that advertisement, make it subtle, and it's fine. But that's pretty much what I'm gonna. Let's not talk about that anymore. I feel like I've. So do a stop here. Right, is it there? Damn it! Oh, fuck you! You bastards! Shit, I actually don't know which will be. Let's go around. They always put it in the worst fucking spaces. But yeah, essentially, guys, that's my opinion. I hope you guys, you know, can give me your feedback on what your position would be, and what you think would be acceptable, what wouldn't be. Do you think, do you think that a company should be able to essentially show off their own, like, advertise their own products in their own game, but in a way, again, like, how, like, do you think they have to be subtle about it? Do you think they could be as over the top as they want with their own product? Like, do you think they have to follow, like... I'm gonna slam into that, yeah. I did not go far enough over. I'm also gonna put my, get fuck on. Let's, go to here. I also need to sneeze, so that's gonna be a problem. I apologize for all of your ears if you hear that. Right.
Sorry about that. See, I do apologize that kind of the part got completely took over by the discussion of in-game advertisement. My brain kind of got hooked on that topic, and I was like, okay, I need to actually, you know, discuss this now. I think at first it was more like, okay, this is a bit of a brain teaser, because now I want to figure out how it could be coded in a very efficient manner. And, I mean, realistically, I could definitely, like, even though I've been out of the business, like, coding for a long time, I could realistically code that. Like I said, give me 2 weeks or, like, 2 weeks working on it. I could probably get it done at a very reasonable pace. But again, it's not my business. Only 72 gals. Look at that beautiful XP. I love XP. Ooh, one more level. Let's have a look what jobs we've got in Dallas. We've got, ooh. We may be doing that next project, guys. That is a beautiful trip over to Yuma, near El Centro. It's not our first California job. We have a Houston, Texas. Sorry, Dallas, Texas. Which is, okay, yeah, these all drop off massively. Yeah, we will be doing that one. And you know what, guys? I am going to pick it up for us straight away. And I've just realized I should have pressed this. Ah, shit. Right, I'm gonna quickly pick this up and then we'll end the part. Now, I don't normally do this in this stream. Do you know what? No, I won't. I'm gonna park myself right here. And you know what, guys? In the next part, we'll get the job. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please do follow me on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, share. Most importantly, guys, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys then.